Howdy y'all, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing an update on my years of usage project pan for 2023. This is a project that I created I think 3 years ago. This is my third year doing it. And I really love it. Basically, your goal for whatever shades you roll into the project, the goal is to either hit pan or hit the year of usage. So since it's 2023, my goal this year is to hit 23 uses. And then if you do it multiple years and you want to roll in the same palette, your usage from the previous year counts towards your usage for the next year. Okay, so I'll go ahead and get started. So I have a very exciting one. I'm just going to go in the order of what I do on my Instagram. But I have a very exciting one to start with. This one's rolling out of the project. And also, last update, well, this one was rolled out on the very first year of the project, but within this update, like, I don't remember the last time let me just look at the last June. My last update, I guess, was in June, and now it's September. June, July, August, September. So I had like 3 months to work on it. But yeah, I have really hit a large pan in this shade that I just used to set my primer. And the only shade that was left in this project since the last update was this orange shade, and I did hit goal on it. So this palette is completely out of the project now. I do keep it in my bathroom, so I use it like really frequently, because this is honestly, it doesn't look like much just from like looking at it. And honestly, when I bought this palette, I didn't realize how much I would like love it. I genuinely love this palette. Sorry. See my little dog, she's being annoying, sorry. Okay, I genuinely love this palette, and I am ooh, you can see me. Scary. I cannot wait to continue using it. Oh my gosh, Stella, no. Sorry, I have a roommate, but he's like my work person. But anyway, he's talking on the phone, and my dog likes to bark whenever he hears like talking and stuff. So yeah, sorry about that. I'm not good at editing, so I won't edit it out, but you can just see a glimpse of my life. Anyway, I can't wait to keep using it, even though it's not in the project. Basically I was only 1 use away. So basically I just had to use that orange shade one more time. So not that impressive, but still. Okay, next up is this. Next to me I have, on my iPad, I have, from my Instagram, my last update pictures, and then here I have the current, obviously, on paper. So I'm kind of comparing and trying to like update you as to what's going on in that realm. It looks like I've used this green shade Sinful 4 times since the last update, which is pretty good. And one of the goals I hit this update, I think I hit 5 goals this update. One of the goals I hit was Illicit, this brown, and I used it 3 more times to hit gold. And then the orange shade, I used 3 more times as well. And Corruption, the reddish one, I used 3 times. Wow, 3 is the magic number for this palette apparently. And then Sextrovert, which is the brown shade, I used 3 times. So looks like I had a pretty even usage across the palette for this update. I did say in my last update that I wanted this to be a focus palette, and I genuinely like thought about it, but at the same time, I very much see this as a fall palette. And now that it's September, we're about to get into fall, but I just wanted to use my more colorful stuff when it was still summer, I guess. So that's why, because the reason I wanted to use it, like I said it would be a focus on last update, was because I wanted to roll it out, since it's like only 5 shades, and I have 4 shades left to roll out, so it's like doable. But honestly, I'm just gonna reach for it whenever I feel like it. This one's not really a focus. Okay, next up is my Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. I did roll out a shade in this update, and it is the shade Roxanne. So it's this orangey reddy mid-tone shade. I think I only had, yeah, I only needed to use it once to roll it out because I already had 22 uses at the last update, so that's an easy one. And then let me look through here. Creamsicle, I'm just gonna skip, like, most of this top row has already been rolled out. These two are still in the project, but I haven't used them. I probably shouldn't be going into this much detail, TBH, because this update's gonna be long, but maybe I will, because I did kind of focus on this palette a bit, and then I'll go faster with the other ones that I didn't use as much. Creamsicle I used 3 times since last time. Hunts I also used 3 times since last time. Firework I used once. Queen I used once. SBN I used 3 times. Hilster I used once. And then obviously rolled out Roxanne. Haven't used Grand Apple or Royalty. Twerk I used once. Hustle. Hustle I really like, but the thing is I have a dupe of it, like basically in that Becca Ocean Jewels. The one in Becca is prettier, TBH, but this will work for the same purpose, and I really like the shade. So Hustle I used twice, and then the rest I'll just skip because most of them are just like, I used it once. So anyway, it's not worth wasting your time. But basically, yeah, there she is. We love seeing all those dips. I still have yet to hit pan on any of them. I feel like it's gonna take me like 100 uses to hit pan. But I'll just show you what I'm working with now. Like, so obviously the blue I hit in 2021, pink I hit in 2022, and then the orange is this year, which I hit this update. I think, like, okay, so aside from my pure Visionary palette, that's my pan, that palette, this is my next oldest palette. So I do need to focus on it, but the thing is I just never see myself panning it. But I do really want to focus on it. Definitely, like, roll it completely out of this project to feel fulfilled with it. But that doesn't have to be by the end of this year. But definitely by the end of the next year. Okay, BH Zodiac, I really didn't use that much, honestly. I didn't use it that much, so I'll just talk about it. I used Aquarius once, and then Pisces once, and then I used Pisces Matte. Oh, sorry, you can barely see it. Pisces Matte like 3 times. And then other than that, I did actually roll out a shade this year, but it wasn't from this update, so I'll not talk about that. And then yeah, I did use some of this, but like once or twice per shade, so it's nothing crazy. But basically still slow and steady on this guy. I do also see this as a fall. So I see the top half is fall and the bottom half is spring. And so we were in summer, so it didn't fit either of those categories. But now we're entering our fall season. So the top half of this will be more in season, in my opinion. So yeah. So the center shade, obviously this is not in the project, it's a highlighter. But I'm thinking about using it, like just digging it out and crushing it up and then putting it in a lotion as a body glitter eventually. But for now, it just like, it's covered in random dust from the other shades. Not dust, but you know what I mean, fallout. Okay, up next is my Take Me Back to Brazil palette, which I actually did use a lot because I think summer is like a perfect time to focus on this palette. And I'll show you her. I didn't hit goals in any of them, which I didn't expect to because there's so many shades in this palette. It's a little overwhelming. And also, like, you just can't wear these super bright colors every single day. I do try to use color as much as possible. Just looking at my, I'll only talk about the ones that I used like a lot. I did use this P1 a lot. honestly, there's a pretty big dip in there. I can see myself hitting pan. But that one's at 17 uses. So I got another 6 uses before I can roll it out. And I don't think I will hit pan in 6 uses TBH. I keep saying TBH a lot this video. P2 I used a lot as well. Well, I used it 4 times. B3 I used a couple times, or whatever that, yeah, P3 I used a couple times. The rest of them I just use like once or twice here and there. I'll show you the sheet so you can see what I'm talking about, because like the red tallies are from previous years and the blue tallies are from this year. And honestly, most of the blue tallies, I didn't have a lot of progress on this before this update, so most of that is from this update. So you should be proud of me. It is a little discouraging that I haven't like hit goal on any of these shades, but TBH, oh my gosh, if I don't stop saying TBH, I'm going to slap myself. But yeah, basically I knew this one is in there for the long haul. So next up is my Tati Beauty palette. I did actually use this one a reasonable amount, I think. I'm like 1 use away on Ritual Matte, this brown shade. I just need 1 more use and then it's rolled out. I don't think I did not roll out any shades from this palette on this update. Oh, never mind. I was trying to remember if I hit. Never mind. It's a different palette I'm thinking of. Okay. Yeah. I used it a decent amount. I'll just show you on the tallies. It looks like the main one I used was Memory Sequin, which is the black sequin. I did a lot of smoky looks, apparently. Or I can also use that shade as a liner because it's black, basically. But yeah. I'm trying to see if I'm like super close on any of them besides Ritual Matte. Not super close. I mean, I'm within 5 uses on some of them, but on literally, yeah, one of them, which is Memory Matte. But other than that, I'm not really close. So basically, I'm close on these 2, and then the rest, I'm kind of far off. I've only hit goal in 4 of these. So I'll flash this up for you so you can see what I used. Still a long way to go on this guy, but I think it definitely wasn't in my 2021 project because I got it in 2021, I think, and so I added it in last year, so it has less progress than the others. Okay, here comes Morphe Sour Patch. I hope this is entertaining for y'all. I don't know if it is, but I just like looking at a bunch of palettes anyway. Like, these types of videos I love to watch like before bed, because you don't really have to pay that much attention, but it's also like satisfying to see the palettes. So this palette I have used probably 3 or 4 times, or probably like 4 or 5 times, I would say. I did discover, and I put this on my Instagram, so if you follow me on Instagram, you already know, but I think I talked about it like twice. But if you put down okay, this palette is honestly nothing spectacular. I don't recommend buying it. I'm pretty sure it's discontinued anyway. But that being said, if I put down a glitter glue and then use these shimmers on top, it is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. It will change your life. Okay. Yeah, I pretty much didn't really use the top colorful shades. I am getting kind of close on All Gone. I've got, let's see, 6 more uses until I hit goal. And then middle, I used some. I used Give Me Grape a few times, and then I used the other shades about once. And then the bottom row, I did actually use a decent amount, like at least 2 times for each shade, if not 2 to 4. So yeah, I have pretty good usage on this since the last update because it was summer, and I do feel that this is a summer palette for me. So I am proud that I tell myself in my head like, oh no, I'll reach for that in the summer and I'll have to reach for it now. And I'm happy that I stuck to that because I, like the ones that I really view as summer palettes, I really did reach for in the summer. Even though I didn't like roll them out, you know? It's got a lot of progress. Yeah. Oh, also, just so you know, for most of these, I go in order of age. So like the ones I started with at the beginning of the video are older. That's true for most of them, like the larger palettes, but the smaller palettes, like the little Pat McGrath one, that one's kind of newer, but I just put it at the beginning because of the size. Okay, next up is Mercury Retrograde. I have to go to a whole different post on my Instagram, so bear with me because it wouldn't fit. So Mercury Retrograde is, if I had to pick, I would say it's probably my favorite palette in my collection at the moment. Yeah, she's so pretty. Oh my gosh, just take a moment. How pretty is she? So pretty. Okay, I hit 2 goals in this update. I hit the shade Supermoon. Oh no, did I? No, actually, ignore that. Ignore that I just said that. I hit, it's hard to remember because, sorry, I have to go to a different post. Okay, so I hit Galaxy, this one, and then I also hit Momentum, the creamy shade. But it's actually not like a cream. It's not good for like setting your eyeshadow. It's like kind of a yellowy, pinky, not cream. So yeah, I'm going back to the post so that I can compare. I used this a lot since last time, basically. I will give you a spoiler. It's not technically supposed to be included in this update, but so I took my pictures for my Instagram update like maybe 2 weeks ago or so. So I have been working on this 2 extra weeks prior to filming because I had some weird filming anxiety for some reason and I don't want to film, and so I put it off. So since, like I said, I hit Galaxy and Momentum in that last update, I have since hit goal in Supermoon and Karma, but that will be talked about in next update as well, because technically I go by like what my Instagram updates are, not my YouTube, because I'm like a lot more consistent on there. So yeah, I'm really proud because I think by the end of the year I should have like half of this palette rolled out, and then it'll be easy to roll out the rest of them. The shade I've used the least in this palette is Mercury. I have been using it a decent amount actually lately. Well, it was summer, so I feel like this is a summery, springy palette. And so I did get a lot of use out of it. And also I see this as a travel palette / beach palette. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, I basically used it a lot, so I'm not going to go through each shade. But I'll show you what it's looking like. See all those blue tallies? Most of them were from this past update, which was like 3 months of usage. But I mean, obviously I worked on this some before then too. Okay, next up is the palette that I'm wearing today. Isn't she pretty? It is called the Urban Decay Wild Greens. And I think I used it like 4 times since. Sorry, I keep getting texts and it's distracting me. I want to respond to my friends, but I've been filming this off for like over a month. So, trying to get this done. Here's the palette. A lot of people have been talking crap on this palette, which is understandable. It's not the most pigmented, but I think it's perfect for like every day. I'm not trying to look like I'm trying too hard, and it's like good work palette. Like, to me, this is work appropriate. I feel it's pretty neutral. I would wear this if I had like a normal job to work. But my job now, I work from home and I can wear whatever I want. But I pretty much don't wear makeup to work because I'm just like here with me and my dude. Not my romantic dude, but my work dude. And yeah. But I do go out a lot, and I dance a lot, and I do my makeup for that. But anyway, yeah, this has pretty even usage. There's 2 shades in here that I haven't used at all. Turmeric, which is this orange, and then also super greens for some reason, this limey green. So I think my goal for next update on this palette would be to make sure I have at least one use in all the shades, so I need to use those shades once. But yeah, this is like one of my newest palettes, so I'm not super worried about rolling it out or anything. There's like barely any use on it to be. Oh my gosh, I did it again. I feel like we should play a game where we like take a shot every time I say TBH, because we would all be like blacked out. Anyway, and that's a new thing. Like, I don't normally say that, so it's kind of annoying me. Yeah, isn't she beautiful? I'm obsessed. I think it's pretty. Okay, let me show you this. You can see I haven't used it that much. She's not really a focus this year because she's pretty new, but I still want to keep track of her. Okay, I'm trying to hurry. Don't worry, I'm almost done. Okay, I decided to skip showing you these little babies because they're not really a focus this year. They're just my like mini palettes that I like literally haven't even used. So I'm skipping those. And then these babies, pretty much the only relevant ones are in this palette. And I have used them a good amount. So these 3 special JD Glow shades I have used quite a bit. And then these 3 on the bottom, I haven't used these 2. They're just not priority because they're kind of newish. This one I've used 3 times throughout the year, but I'm not sure if it was in this update or not. But these have gotten a decent amount of use. Not that they're a focus shadow, I literally just grab for them whenever I want. And like, for example, right now, I could top this look with it, but I'm not going to waste it because I'm about to shower anyway. But yeah, so I forgot to talk about it in my Pan That palette update, but technically this was what's left over from my Pan That palette of like last year, I think. And I haven't used it at all since the last update, and I'm pretty much just gonna be throwing these away at the end of the year because they're really old. And I'm finally like mentally ready to let them go. Whereas like at the end of last year, I wasn't mentally ready to let them go. So now I'm in a good place. So, okay, the last thing I have to talk about isn't technically in the project this year, but I just want to talk about it because I did bring it because this is not how everyone has to do it. So a lot of people are doing this project, but you obviously don't have to do every palette in your collection. You do whatever you want. But for my personal goal, I want every shadow in my collection to cycle through this project because I want to know that I gave love, like a significant amount of love, to all of my shadows. So I did get this new palette. It is the Pat McGrath Star Wars palette in Sith Seduction. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, if you're not like a super makeup person and you don't know, which I'm sure pretty much all of you are super makeup people, and you probably already know, but Pat McGrath is a very expensive brand. And I got this palette on sale for $18, and they're all like special shades in my opinion. And so I thought she was very worth it. She did not come with shade names on the front, so I wrote them in with Silver Sharpie, kind of like I did in the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. But yeah, I have used this. I've used basically like all the these 2 shades I haven't used, but these I've used a couple, like once or twice, basically. So I just wanted to show it, just for funsies. It's not really in the project though, so I won't bother showing you the tallies, but it's literally used once or twice. But it will for sure be in the official project next year. But yeah, so I could keep talking about this all day, but I need to stop because this is already a long video. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my update. Thank you for listening and thank you for your patience. God bless you. God bless your family. Have a wonderful evening or morning or day, whatever time of day or night you're watching this. I was attempting a British accent, but I'm not really good at it. So, anyway, peace out.